but came down to a couple. And I decided if I had to describe my sister in only one word, I would probably say crazy. She is crazy passionate, she's crazy supportive, crazy beautiful, crazy smart, and now she's crazy in love. I remember when she came to visit Charleston 2.5 years ago, and she mentioned this guy. And I asked his name because I had a feeling I might need to remember it for a very long time. When we were younger, Brianna used to put her chin on my shoulder and she'd say, "Let's see what it's like in Cassie's world." And then one day she was home from college and jokingly she put her chin on my shoulder. And then she realized that I was now taller than her. But this was great news for me because I got to put my chin on her shoulder and see what it was like in Bree's world. I knew it was a world of perseverance, of adventure, and a lot of karaoke. Because she's always been older and wiser, and any chance to see life through her eyes was a win. Though I'm the younger sister, I am the older soul, and I get very protective of my people. But Jalen, the way she spoke about you from the beginning made me feel like I could rest easy because of how relaxed she was when she talked about you. She was confident, she was valued, and when I came to visit, she fell asleep on the couch and you carried her to bed. We love how happy you make Brianna. I hope you always buy her flowers, always sing with her, are always willing to sleep in airports, and always carry her to bed. Not because she needs it, but because she deserves it. All you ever want is for the people that you love to feel loved. And Brianna, while I still don't really understand the Space Force, I am so happy you found someone who loves you to the moon and back. My mom always said, friends come and go, but siblings are forever. And I'm so happy and so lucky to have siblings who are also my best friends. And today, we get to add to that crew. So, cheers to the Soats.
Yes, thank you for being here and coming on this long journey to get here. They appreciate it, we appreciate it, and so it's been a fun time. I'm glad you all could be here to celebrate. Love seeing you guys. Bree went off on a journey several years ago. She left the safety of our home to go off to the big scary city of Atlanta to go to Georgia Tech. And I would start to text her a lot more then. I would text her pretty much every day. I'd say things like, "Hey Bree, how's it going? Doing okay?" And for the rest of the day, until she'd finally respond, I was extremely nervous. Finally, she would chime in, and she'd say, "Hey Dad, doing great." And at that point, I could breathe. The kids would, as the kids grew, they would go traveling and stuff, and wherever they were going, cross country, around the world, wherever they're doing. And I was always nervous about that. And I want them to have fun. But as a dad, I wanted them to be safe about it. So I started a little habit with my texting where I'd say, "safe funness," with an exclamation point. Safe funness. It just became a habit, and I still do it to this day. Bree, as you know, is the firstborn, or you don't know, she's the firstborn. I'm the firstborn. Many of you are the firstborn, and if you're the firstborn, you get it. Yeah. It wasn't easy. It's still not easy in some cases, so it's a little difficult. But she persevered. In fact, I guess the really problem was we kind of we're like guinea pigs for these first-time adults or first-time parents. We had to sort of be there, and they were learning all these new parenting things, and so we sort of had to be there to guinea pigs for them. Anyway, so but she persevered through it. She's actually done pretty well, and we're very, very, very proud of her. She really gave it her all. But one thing she gave us, one thing that Brenda, my wife, and I cherish, is she gave us the title of Mom and Dad. And she gave us the courage to do it 3 more times. Have children. We're so proud of them. We are so proud of you two. I pray and hope that you have a terrific life together. And I don't know what to say other than I just love the fact that you're together, and I want you to have a super beautiful life. And when you're out experiencing life, remember 2 words: safe fuckers.
Hello.
Hello.
For those of you that were zoned out or not paying attention during the ceremony, my name is Omasai. I am the best man. And I wanted to start with Bree. I first heard about Bree about 20 minutes after one of their first official dates. I randomly called Jalen, and he texted me and said, kind of busy right now, but I'll hit you up after. He called me later, and he told me he went out with this girl and sent me a screenshot of her Instagram. In typical dude fashion, I said, nice, yeah, she's cute, but anyways, look at this 10-leg parlay I just made. I met her in person a few months later when I took a trip to LA. As I mentioned before, our first impression of each other was both of us getting a bit too tipsy and getting our group kicked out of a bar in LA the first night we all went out together. That wasn't necessarily a bad thing, not that I remember a lot of it, but from the pictures, it seems that Bree and I were having the most fun of anyone. Later that weekend, Jalen, Bree, Allison, and I went to an Eagles bar to watch a playoff game. It was there that Bree peer pressured me and my then platonic friend and now girlfriend Allison to kiss for the first time. We didn't start dating until a few months later, but I did reference that kiss when I made the first move, so Bree, thank you for that. Since then, we've taken a few trips to Mexico and the lake. Every time we're together, it's easy for me to see that Jalen made the best decision of his life, marrying you. That day, Jalen called me and told me about you. My sports bet did not cash because Jalen used all the luck in the world finding you. Bree, you're a wonderful, kind, and caring person, and I'm thrilled that you are marrying my best friend, and I look forward to many trips in the future with you two. Jalen, I met Jalen during football practice in the summer between 6th and 7th grade. One day, before I never really met him, he approached me and said, "Hey, are you one of those feather Indians or those red dot Indians?" I found it hilarious, so I laughed and told him, "I am in fact one of those red dot Indians." We both played wide receiver for the B team, which is a nice way of saying that we kind of sucked. Although I was 4'11" and 95 pounds at the time, so I don't know what his excuse was. Once school started, we were in a lot of the same classes, so we spent a lot of time together that year. Whether we were scrambled to copy other people's homework before pre-algebra or entertaining the crowd from the bench at our football games, we became great friends. He did then randomly move to a STEM school in the 8th grade, but we picked back up right where we left off in high school. And as teenagers in high school, I bet you think we got into some wild stuff, but in reality, we spent our Saturday nights sober, singing Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars songs in Jalen's basement while he played the piano. We'd then go to school and tell other people that we had a powerlifting session in Jalen's basement over the weekend. It really wasn't until after high school that we did get into some wild things, like throwing parties at Cheryl and Gus's house while they were away at the lake. By the way, Cheryl, Gus, I had no part in planning those parties. I was just told to show up. After that, we moved away to different colleges and really haven't spent too much time living in the same city. We would see each other maybe 2 to 3 times per year, but whenever we did, it feels like no time was lost. That sort of consistency sums up Jalen pretty well. Once you're in his life, you're in it for good. A great example of that is back from 7th grade. I took a trip to India and wanted to bring back a small gift for all my friends, and I ended up getting Jalen a little Ganesh statue. And for those of you that don't know what or who Ganesh is, he's a Hindu god that has a human body but an elephant head. If I'm being honest, it can be a bit of an eyesore, but Jalen has proudly kept that statue in every place he has lived since 2009. He even called us in a panic a few months ago because he thought he lost it during the move, but luckily it was found. But that's Jalen, loyal to his core, sentimental in the best way, and someone who holds on tight to the things and people that matter to him, including, apparently, elephant-headed gods gifted to him by an awkward, undersized middle schooler. Jalen, I'm so proud of everything that you have accomplished and excited for you in this next chapter of your life. I love you, pal. So if everyone, please raise a glass. Here's to romance, love, my best friend, and his beautiful wife.